we have the pleasure of having Justin Gillen join us for an interview. He is the lead singer. Are you the lead singer of Second Wind, or because you and
Sure.
Dave?
I guess I assumed that role with.
I think so. Lead singer and lead guitarist for
Yeah.
Second Wind, and you also do perform individually, and you have a duo also, right?
Yep, that's correct. Yep.
Yep. So we're gonna talk with him today. It's very exciting. Yay! I'm so excited.
No, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, of course. So I can, with like I did with Cooper from Pineapple Band, I can do the same with you. I remember the first time I saw you perform. I saw you perform was at the Town Tavern.
Yeah, yeah. What
That
used to be the
breaks.
town tavern.
Yes, because Hal, he used to rave about you and say how good you were, and I never had the opportunity. And that night, I happened to have an opportunity to, and I miss Hal. He is
I
such a nice man.
Super sweet guy.
Hmm.
He would get the whole bar moving and grooving.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
like he was
yeah. He
a real
was
guy.
like, how old was he? He was like he was like 89,
When I
88.
met him, yeah, I think he was. Yeah, I don't know how old he was like when he passed away, but I know he was really close to 90, if not over 90.
Yeah, so he was pretty up there, Rob. He would drive. He'd be out till 2, 3 in the
Like
morning.
Mr. Leo.
Yeah, yeah,
Guy's like 94 and he's still getting around doing karaoke, driving himself all around Bel Air.
yeah. It's crazy. It's craziness. All
No,
right.
God bless that dude. He was awesome. He was a really nice
Yeah.
guy.
You when you discovered your interest, talent in music because you were quite young, quite younger than me.
Yeah. I think like I always was into music when I was younger, and my parents they weren't musicians, but they always had music around and in the car and stuff. But I think around like 12 is when I started taking it seriously. Before
Mhm.
that, I was just listening to anything I could get my hands on, and I was born in 1990, so that 90s grunge scene, that 90s grunge scene was like all I knew for like, most of my childhood. And then around 12 years old, like my dad saw I was getting into guitar, and he's like, "Why don't you check out Stevie Ray Vaughan?" He's like, "This is a real guitarist." And I
Ah,
didn't know what he meant in that moment, but as soon as I saw it, I'm like, "Okay, this is a different thing. This isn't just strumming like a E minor G chord or something like," which was fine at the time.
hmm.
But yeah, around 12, I would say that's when like my mind and my passion and all that stuff started to like kind of culminate in the right direction.
And actually, that's a good thing you brought up because I was going to actually ask how because you said your parents weren't in music, so how did they feel when you started really taking it seriously and
I,
it
I was
started
lucky
becoming
that
your
like
thing?
my parents supported it, and I think they knew that like I was taking it seriously. Like,
Hmm.
and I didn't have like a super nice guitar at first, and they saw me playing the crummy guitar for a long time and things like that. I had a very artistic family, um, but not like an overly musical family.
Hmm.
Like my mom was really good at crafts. My dad can like build and fix anything. And then
Yeah.
my older brother is just very artistic, like with drawing and video stuff, and he's really that way. So
Oh,
somehow
that's
I fell into the musical role into the family, but
yeah.
but yeah, that's kind of like they supported me, luckily for sure.
Good,
So
good, good. Yeah, no, that's a huge thing.
totally,
Definitely, definitely. I guess your dad is introduced you to blues and stuff.
pretty
So,
much, yeah.
so was it? Did it just take off from there? Because, well, I don't know. Like, I think more when you're individual, you still stick to bluesy more. But your duo, I'm not sure if that's the same genre.
Yeah, it kind of depends on like whoever we're playing with. Whatever like band I'm in, I try to fit the music with the band. So like Second when they do the blues really well, and we always talk about even if we're like sick of it, I always tell them like we gotta like make sure we put the blues theme in the set because that's what's winning people over that don't know us yet. And
Mm-hmm.
then we'll do like the typical covers and things like that. But but yeah, the blues was thing that is just definitely become like a part of me. And then the more I learn about music, the more I really love the blues even more. Because when I was a kid and learned it, it wasn't simple. Like all the musicians call it simple now, and it is simple in its form when you learn like the theory behind it. But when I was a kid, it was just like, what is this sound? Why am I so attracted to this sound? And it was less like, oh, this is just a 1-4-5, or we're switching to the 4. It was less of that and more of like the actual draw of like the soul and stuff behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And that really like drew me in. Like, and then I started to look less at bands and more at like blues players. So like I
Okay.
started to listen to BB King and like just more in
My
that
favorite.
direction. And that made like a huge difference for me as
Yeah.
far as learning Nirvana songs and then learning like BB King songs, or like opposite ends of the spectrum. But they both taught me like so much. Seriously,
Yeah.
both of them like had like have like a special place in my heart. Like, but the blues is my favorite. Like if I hear a band playing blues, I'm like, all right, I love this band like right away. You know, that's just how I
Nice.
feel about
So,
them.
who are your biggest musical influences?
Um,
And let me
Gotcha.
break that into two parts because, you got the blues and the classic rock. So let's go the blues first.
Sure. I think Stevie Ray, which keeps coming up. He's a typical answer for a lot of guys, but I always say him because that was when I actually, like I said, like really got into guitar in the first place. He was the one that like drew me in, like, oh, I want to do what he's doing. But then after that, I got really into like guys like Joe Bonamassa, and he had a trio when I was really young in like the early 2000s, and I went to go see BB King, and him and Kenny Wayne Shepherd opened up for BB King. It was like his
Nice.
80th birthday tour, but I didn't know who Joe Bonamassa was. And he was doing the power trio then. He wasn't wearing the suit. He was doing like a different rock and roll, like, big Marshall half stack thing. Like it was so cool to me, but it was all like blues rock to like the maximum.
Nice.
So I always say Joe Bonamassa, and then Derek Trucks. And I don't play a ton of slide, but he's just one of those guys that's like taught me how to build solos. Like if you've ever seen him live, he like is the master at like crafting like a story out of a
Oh
solo.
wow.
I don't know, it's something I've been trying to learn how to do, and I get like maybe a little bit better at it like every year, maybe a little bit. But he's one of those
Nice.
guys. It's just the amount of hours he has in like just building solos is something I'm so like enthralled by. Like to this day, every time I see him, I'm like, there he goes again, playing like a perfect solo. But and then I got really also like into acoustic players. Uh, Tommy Emmanuel is like my favorite guy. He does like the Chet Atkins like thumb pick style, but he's just like a total master of the guitar. Like even more than some of my other heroes, he's just like pushed the limit on what you can do with just one guitar. So very seldom I'll try something like of that level on the solo gigs with acoustic, but it's just hard to keep his pace. He's one of those guys that's just so incredible to me. I really, really like him. And then Tony Rice is like a bluegrass guy, big player that like it's like each genre has like 4 to 5 guys that I became obsessed with. Like in jazz it was like George Benson and Wes Montgomery and Grant Green.
Yeah.
Like I loved all those guys. And then in rock, a lot of the rock dudes that I got really into were like Dimebag Darrell from Pantera. Was just like he was a guy that brought blues into metal. And in my opinion, some of his solos were so like bluesy, even though they were metal solos. So I
Mm.
was always super attracted to that. And then there's just like a few other bands I learned from, but he's definitely like a top guy. And I've always liked Eddie and all those guys. Like I just I tried to focus and stay in my lane with like what sounds I was trying to draw from each
Hmm.
person, and then like how I wanted to set up my guitars for that sound and what type of gear I was going to use. And I'm still working on it like to this day, just trying to have like every sound that I loved as a kid. I'll have an amp and a guitar for that sound. It just gets
Yeah.
expensive,
Nice.
so I gotta save
Yeah.
here and there.
I
So
it's my understanding that guitarists have quite a collection. They
yeah, we
amass a collection as they age because for that reason.
they all do something different.
Yes. Yes.
That's my
They
excuse
all
anyway.
sound different. So, yes. how did you get started on the road to be a full-time musician? Like, what was
Uh,
your aha moment where you're like, yeah, I can really do this?
Yeah, I wanted to do it like my whole life, and then I didn't think that I could do it. Like I didn't know if I'd be able to like make money just playing enough to pay bills. And I actually like had a plan. I think I moved here from Connecticut like around 2013, 2014. And then, long story short, I just worked a bunch of jobs. I worked construction, I worked at a vineyard, and then I got a job in a game company that was like in Hunt Valley, Cockeysville area.
I remember
And then
that
I
place.
would work there, and then I would play gigs at nighttime. So when you saw me at Town Tavern, that was I had like just come from work, like off of Deerco Road, and, you know. And
Yeah.
I was doing that for a while, and I was getting tired, but I was making a lot of money and I was saving a lot of money. And then when me and my now wife like put a down payment on the house in Pennsylvania, then I was able to like see where my finances were at. So I like did some math and just kind of kept the job. And the story is it's going great so far, but I ended up leaving my job like January 17th of 2020, like right before COVID happened.
Oh
So
no.
I literally like if I had a crystal ball, I would not have done that at the time.
Yeah.
But
It was
But it's
I
good
had like a
9/15
learning.
of 2020.
It's good learning lumps
It
too.
shut down. I will remember that day for the rest of my life.
absolutely, yeah.
Because I was
And
in the
I had
restaurant business then.
oh man, yeah, so that's a lot worse for sure. I had just pulled the ripcord and like I'm like, well, I have enough parachute for this like next couple years. I can figure this out. But then like, I felt like I had a bunch of holes in the parachute all of a sudden. I'm like, all right, this is not what I anticipated. Like I actually looking back on it, I used that time to like establish a YouTube page. I used that time to make a website. There was a lot of things where I just did not have enough time and practicing too, like working on new
Yeah.
songs. I was in that time I just had nothing but time to practice. And when before I had like no time to practice, like I'd get off of work and I'd be learning songs in the parking lot that I was going to play on stage that
Oh
night.
wow.
So COVID was like a double-edged sword for me, but I've been full time since then, since 2020. So I've
Yeah.
been able to do it, and that's where my relationship with Double Groove kind of started, like because we started playing there like right at the beginning of COVID.
So
So
did you specifically pick like did you move to Harford County or did you live in Baltimore County?
I lived in when I lived in Maryland, I was in Hartford County.
Like oh so did you specifically pick this area because of like the music
I I
scene?
was my brother had a town school, or I'm sorry, he had a house in Stewartstown. So when I first moved down here, I was staying with him for a little bit, and then we ended up getting a place in Freeland, like a what was it? It was just like a little apartment that I was
Hmm.
able to get through play, and then I got my girlfriend to move from Jersey. Like it's a long story, but that like luckily all worked out, and now we're married and lived in a house together.
It
You
was
met her
meant
a
to
bunch of times.
be. And you got a
Yeah, for
baby on the
sure.
way.
She's tolerated a lot of my adventures, but it's really worked out. But I really just like was looking for places to live, and I ended up in Freeland, like near Pretty Boy around there,
Okay.
and then I lived there for a long time. So
What was the best music advice that you've ever received?
the best music advice. Um, I mean, like good, like for instrument wise and practice wise, some of the best advice I ever got was if you're if you're practicing and it sounds good, then you're not practicing, which is really good advice
Yeah.
because especially as a guitar player, I sit there and tend to noodle. And it's like playing the guitar is great, picking it up every day is important, and that stuff's all good. But if you actually want to learn something and retain something or challenge yourself or have something new to practice, you're gonna struggle like on something. You should struggle on something that you don't know yet, and try to do something that's uncomfortable rather than playing like I don't know. For me, it would be like Little Wing for the 9,000th time. Like I know Little Wing, I've gone through Little Wing enough to but I still love playing that song.
Hmm.
So I have to force myself sometimes, and I really have like almost like a tick now where it's like, all right, you've been playing for 10 minutes and this sounds good now, so it's time to sound bad for another 10 minutes. Like work on something that you don't know.
Yeah.
That was great advice for me because I feel like sometimes you get into these ruts with learning, and that if you're easily distracted, or you can end up playing like the same thing over and over and over and over again, and it's so fun. And like if you're having fun, that's good. But if your goal is to get better that day, you're probably not getting that much better if you're only working on things that you already know how to play. That
Yeah.
was really good advice for me,
Yeah.
just like, practice wise.
Can you explain what noodling means? Because
Sure.
I heard so Dave likes to give he doesn't like to give it to the actual people, but like to Susan and other people, he'll give like his feedback. And he told one band, I think it was Remnant Soul, to stop the noodling. And they were saying
Uh,
that on the stage, like no noodling or
no
whatever.
noodling.
So can you
Yeah,
explain, since you brought it up, can you explain what
sure.
noodling is?
It's like I would call it just a bad habit that most of us all have. But I think noodling on stage is one thing, and then noodling when you should be practicing is another thing. But both of which are like, the whole concept is that you're just playing when you don't need to be playing.
Okay.
So like that's what, like, a lot of times I'll watch a TV or watch a TV show and noodle, and that's like the way I'm not paying attention. I'm not like adding. I'm just kind of
Hmm.
just playing, getting my hands on the guitar. It's great for warming up, but in the case of a band, it's like, and I do this all the time, and I like catch myself. I'm like, stop, But like I'll plug my guitar in and just see if my amp's on and all that, but like try to do that in like 10 to 15 seconds rather than somebody's listening to your guitar tone for 3 minutes while they get their food or whatever. You haven't even started the show yet, and
Hmm.
it's just like a habit that we have where hands on the guitar starts playing,
Start playing.
but the noodling aspect of it is just like, don't do that unless it means something, right? Like all these notes
Okay.
should mean something in the live context especially, but in practicing as well.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what people are talking about. Maybe there'll be another word for it. Like, I don't know. I don't know what else you would call it. Like,
I
here's a
don't know.
bowl of noodles.
Give it another 10 years, and I'm sure there will be.
I'm sure. I know the language is changing.
Yeah, we don't know half of them because we're old.
My
Yeah.
wife is a teacher, and she'll tell me stuff that's going on. I'm like, all right, at least I kind of know what that means.
Yeah.
It's all
You're
changing.
lucky. And then when I start using the language that was used, and my girls are like, "Mom, that's so old. You're not right.
You're
We
not
don't
right.
say that anymore." I'm like, this must have been what my parents were talking about when I
Totally.
was a
It's a
teenager,
generational thing.
saying
It's
the
got
same
to be.
stuff.
But if it makes you feel any better, I'm with you guys. Like, I don't know what's going on half the time either. Like, I hear things said. I'm like, I think he's happy. I think he said yes, something along those lines.
He looks
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Describe the feeling you get when you're performing to a lot of familiar faces. Like it's
Oh,
got to be.
familiar faces, like, just total elation. You know, I would say the answer to that with familiar faces is completely different with unfamiliar faces. Like, with familiar faces, I'm so happy, and especially because, like, if they've seen the band before, I'm like, all right, they came back, they know what we do. There's no,
Mhm.
like, I'm not walking on eggshells here if it's going to be too rock and roll or whatever. But when people don't know who I am or haven't seen the band before, I'm a little more worried about, like, uh, being abrasive or something of that nature. Like, some people just don't understand rock and roll sometimes, even if I'm like trying
Mhm.
to keep it as low volume as I can. Some people are not there for rock and roll, depending on where we get booked or whatever.
Yeah.
And but ultimately, people are really cool all the time. Like, even the people
Mhm.
that don't, like, luckily for me and the band, it's like we are well received most of the time, which makes me feel really good. And then, to really answer your question, I'm just so happy that, like, people want to listen at all,
Yeah.
because I'm playing music from like the 60s, 70s a lot of times, and I love all this stuff. Like, I really, really adore it. But it's a weird concept when you're trying to make money. It's like, can I play these songs, or do I have to play Wagon Wheel and Tennessee Whiskey? Not that there's anything wrong with those songs. Do I have to play them to get a gig? Like, is the question that I was kind of dealing with in the beginning before I had the band going and stuff. And it's just really nice for me to, like, be on stage, have like multiple people coming back to me with good feedback, and it's like, okay, this is working, and we're picking the songs we want to play. And I could be playing for an agency right now and playing all songs that I don't want to play. And I just like feel really, really lucky for that, especially
Yeah.
because like that doesn't happen unless people are coming to, like, we won't get booked back if nobody comes to listen. And that's true for every band. But I'm happy to like be playing music that I want to play and have the crossover appeal that like a lot of people are enjoying it and then they're coming back too. It's like it's gratifying, you know, because it took
Hmm.
a lot. It took like 4 years for us to get that feeling, you know. And
Yeah.
Nice.
so yeah, really grateful every time you come out and have a good time. We really appreciate it. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's funny that
Everybody
you
loves
say
you.
that because I always had a problem. The more people that I knew, the more uncomfortable I felt on
that
stage.
I understand too.
It was always the new people. Like I'm looking at the new guy in the room because I know he's not judging me in my mind. And
That's cool. Yeah. No, I always get that way with family. It's like the second my family comes, I'm like, I can't play anymore. What is going on? Like, I'm like, I'm nervous for some, you know, my cousins will come or something. But I notice most of the time if I'm feeling that way in my head, it's not true out there most of the time,
yeah,
you know? So I try to reserve those thoughts or just
you
like
just
make,
feel like you have that higher bar to reach because you
yeah, yeah.
know.
And I'm kind of losing that in a good way recently where I'm like, just chill out, man. It's gonna go how it's gonna go. Like, especially when you do enough of these things, you know, not all of them go perfectly. And then,
Yeah.
so if you have expectations for everything to be perfect, you're gonna be let down here and there. And
Hmm.
it's kind of just, I'm trying to like, as I get older, just calm down and just play the gig. And when I'm doing that, I think things are just going better in general. Like, I
Yeah.
just am
Hmm.
having a more fun. You know, it's
Yeah.
just, and if it goes well, it goes well. If it doesn't go well, then we'll try again next time. You know, it's like that's just how I
Exactly.
trying to
Nobody
have
gets
that
it perfect.
philosophy.
It's
But
on
it's
how
hard,
you
it's
roll
easier
with it.
said than done.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
It's on
know.
how you roll with it.
Yep,
Yes, it
exactly.
is. So you play solo and in a duo and a band. This is like a bunch of questions at once.
Sure.
Do you have a preference? And then, like, I guess the how are they alike, how are they different would be like your song choice. And then, do you have a set list for your when you're by yourself or your duo, or do you just play off the cuff?
Yeah, there's some songs that we do in the band that just like I just can't I can't like tip my hat enough to them with like just an acoustic guitar. There's just like and some stuff some songs I can kind of get away with it. But to answer your question, like yes, the sets are different, and yes, the experience is way different. And I prefer overall, like I prefer the band. The band
Mm.
is the most like set up with the gear and the load in and all that stuff. But I love having like the armor of like bass and drums there where I can kind of just
Yeah.
like sit on top of it. It's so nice. So that's my once all the gear is set up, that's my preference, you know. But playing solo has been like a necessity for me recently because you can make like actual money playing solo. It's like the options are really up to you, like what you want to play. You don't need to rehearse because it's just you. You know, you
Hmm.
don't need to meet anybody to rehearse. So each one of these things has their challenges. Like solo, playing solo has a lot of challenges because you got to like keep the rhythm going and stuff. Even if you play a looper, that has its own challenges, like keeping that going. Like I know that's how a lot of people do it, but I'd say that playing with a duo is the easiest because, like in my experience, I've played duos for singers a lot, and I just am sitting there playing guitar, and that's like a really fun time. You know,
Hmm.
like it's fun to just play guitar and not have to sing. But in general, like if I only did that, I would be missing out on like a lot of the experience of a band and
Yeah.
also just playing solo because you start to get a confidence to you where like sometimes after a solo gig, I'm very proud of it because it was just me. You know, and it just
Hmm.
feels good to just be you. It feels good when you get the tips too, by the way.
Yeah.
There's no divided by. It's
And
just
make sure
all
you
you. You
tip.
know,
Make
it's
Yes.
sure you
nice.
tip
Yes.
your musician
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
when you're out at the bar.
Yes, but I wanted to share with you. So, like, I'm sure you know, and I got to stop bringing him up every show. But Brian and I talk a lot about like musicians and stuff, and I'm not even gonna mention. Well, I'm not. I am, but I'm not. I wasn't gonna mention Double Groove, but
I thought you were
I
going to mention Double Groove.
no. But what I wanted to share with you, and because we talk a lot about like who we like seeing perform and stuff, and really solo you and Marshall Stone, He's
Oh
lead
yeah.
singer of Red Eye,
Yep.
and he's solo. And Dennis Shockett solo. Like you are like up there. Like we could see you at least like twice a month, and would be excited every time. You're not that you were bad, but I can see the growth of you performing by yourself, and it really is, it's wonderful, and you bring a lot of joy when you do, you
Oh, thank
really,
you so much. Yeah.
you do a great job,
I
really.
appreciate it. Yeah, that's it's so great to hear because when I started singing, it was like I didn't even want to be good at singing. I just wanted to be listenable. Like that was the
Oh no, you're
goal.
very good
Like
at
I
playing too.
appreciate it. It's the hardest thing I do for sure, the solo work stuff. So I appreciate it, but
Yeah.
I really want to continue to learn new stuff. So
Hmm.
if you guys
Yeah.
continue to see me, I'll be playing new songs like all the time.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times when you guys are there, I'm gonna play them for sure because you guys won't be mean to me. If I mess them up.
Now I
I
don't
was saying,
even
like I
notice if
gotta
you mess it up.
turn the crowd tonight. I'm gonna take some risks and ruin it. No.
But I know too, like your guitar playing, your guitar tells the story. It does when you
No, I
play. So I
appreciate it.
just, because I know you said that about your the guy you listen to, and you're
Oh
trying to
yeah,
build your
Derek.
solo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
He's each each guitar player that like I bring up the name of, I've learned like 100 lessons of from, and then like I also have like listened to them for like 6 months straight. Like I had that
yeah,
problem when I was a kid where I'd get obsessed with somebody and I'd only listen to them, and then I would start to sound too much like them, and I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna start doing other stuff now, like
yeah.
try to make my own sound. But no,
Hmm.
I appreciate that very much. Like again, I don't really get to do any of this stuff unless people come out and
Yeah.
support. So it means a lot. I appreciate it. But I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
working on it. It's like an affliction at this point. I don't have a choice.
But how do you determine which songs you cover?
Um, a lot. If it's in the band and stuff, there's definitely some conversation around like, do you guys want to do this? Like, how do you feel about it? Luckily, in Second Wind with Dave Yannick and Buzzy London, those guys are like so agreeable. Like I've some of the stuff we've done, that we play all the time, they've never heard before I brought it up to them. So they could have easily been like, "Oh, we don't really want to do this." Like, but they always have gone along, and luckily, like our musical taste kind of like meshes in that way, and we don't. But the main thing is like, well, how like we can play most of these songs with our guitars and the bass and the drums, but how is the singing on this song? If the singing is like suffering, or if we have to move it like a whole step or something, or change the key like to this classic tune, a lot of times we'll just be like, let's just bag this because
Yeah.
Hmm.
this is not, it's not going the way we want it to or whatever. So there have been many, like a handful at least, of songs that we've worked on and nobody ever heard them because we got to rehearse. We're like, is this happening for you guys? Because it's not happening for me. And they most of the time will agree. And yeah, and we just have like a good committee on that for picking songs like that. But if I'm doing solo stuff, I will oftentimes just listen to the radio, like, and something will come up, like some old soul song that I like. That's what happened with Fire Down Below. The Fire Down Below with Bob
Oh,
Seger. I just like
yeah.
heard it on the radio and I was just like, dang, like he could really sing. I was like, I wonder if I could do that.
Hmm.
And then we've been trying to do that. And
It was good. It was very
yeah,
good.
thanks. I'm like holding
Mhm.
on by a thread because that dude
I
can
actually
wail.
recorded it. I
Oh,
put
that's
it on
awesome.
Facebook. That one I did because I was like, oh yeah.
Oh,
I was
okay. I think I
excited.
saw. I think I saw that actually. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. No, thanks for doing that. Yeah, that one's like the tippy top of where I'm comfortable singing, and he was just
Hmm.
such a beast at singing. And so yeah. Anyways, it's just that's a lot of times it's the key in the vocals. If the vocals match correctly, then I think we're in good shape. And that's usually how I choose them.
What's your favorite song you cover out of all of them?
Oh man,
Band,
that's a
solo,
good
anything.
question. Oh, it is tough. It like changes all the time, to be honest. I
Yeah, I
really
feel
like
that.
playing
I really do.
"Driven to Tears" by the Police. We do that a lot, and I have the chorus pedal from like the Synchronicity album, and it just sounds so nice. Like to me, it's just so nice like playing it with that trio. But geez, that one's super fun. Uh, I like playing like "Waiting for the Bus" by ZZ Top because it's just such a sweet guitar line to play in public. You know, everybody loves that guitar line. Probably like one of those two, or just like a Stevie Ray Vaughan song or something. Like I don't know how I'm not sick of playing Pride and Joy now, but I'm not. Like, I would expect
That's
to.
fun.
You know, I bet you even he might have been in the towards the
Oh, I'm
end,
sure he
like,
was at the end.
you know. But that's like that song means a lot to me because it's one of the first ones where I was like, I think I can sing. Like, I think I can sing. Like, I got through a verse of that when I was first learning. I'm like, I think I might be able to do this. Like, because his range is right in my range, and he tuned down a half step. So learning his stuff was like really nice for me. Him and Hendrix were like lower register, so I didn't have to worry about like being able to sing high. I could just like learn how to sing and do the notation that way. But yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a good
How,
question. It's tough to answer. I don't know why. I love them all, man. Anything
Oh,
that
that's
has
really
like
good. I get it.
a crunch tone in it.
how did you hook up with Second Wind, the Dave Yannick and Buzzy, and how'd you come up with the name?
So the name is correlated with the actual experience where I met those guys and we had a four-piece. We used to play in Dundalk at this place called Howard's Pub. This was like way back in the day. Like we used to play. We had a weekly gig there with a band called East Coast Flyers, and there was another member of the band. His name was Dave Collins, and it was the three of us and him, and we just had like a blues four-piece. But we were doing like an open mic kind of vibe where we would do like a 30-minute intro, and then we'd open up open mic, and then people would come in, and like I'd always bring like an extra guitar or something like a that somebody could use or whatever. But we had a really good thing going. Anyways, we had so many hours played because we had a weekly gig with the three of them, and then we had that band for a while, and then at some point I think that we were all kind of going a different direction. And then me and Dave particularly talked to each other and were like, I want to start singing more, and I really need a band. So like, I would love to use you guys. We already have like all this chemistry. We've been playing together all this time.
Yeah.
And he agreed. And then when he talked to Buzzy, that's what we ended up doing. And that's what we called it Second Wind because it was our second band. And
I don't want to tell you why I thought it was called Second Wind.
I think Buzzy makes that joke all the time.
I was like, they must have been close to retirement, and then Justin came along, and it was like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, I do love the age difference. Like right now, you know, it's like it's just nice to. They're so experienced, and they're so like go with the flow.
Yeah.
And I don't. Not to knock like anybody, it's just I haven't had that experience with the younger musicians, and I don't blame them per se because they're like trying to do their thing a lot of the time. So it was hard for me to find like young dudes that were reliable like Dave and Buzzy were because they were all busy doing their own thing too, kind of trying to do what I was doing. Where Dave and Buzzy are kind of like at the end of their careers just having fun, you know. Like,
Yeah.
it's a great energy to work with those dudes for that reason. It really is.
Yeah, that's
So,
cool. That's very
yeah.
cool. Do you have original music?
I do. None of it's published yet. I write all the time, actually. I have like over 30 songs, and I think I like 12 of them. So I have that problem that I'm trying to get through right now. I think I'm gonna end up working out like two different, like an acoustic album and an electric album as well.
Oh, nice.
So I think the acoustic album is going to go first because I can do it myself in my studio. And then like the band that I'm using in DC, which is different guys than Dave and Buzzy, they have like studio connections that I'm looking to like get on top of. But the most like original stuff that I have posted is all on my YouTube, but they're not songs. It's just like guitar stuff that I've made.
Okay.
And then I do covers on there as well. But I have originals, just nothing published yet. That is definitely like what I'm working on right now because I feel like I finally, when we were talking about like, oh, I want to get better at singing, I want to do all these things. Like I finally feel like I'm over the hump where I'm like, all right, like it's time to do this. If you don't do it now, you're not going to do it. And the good news is like all the stuff's already written, you know. Like I never had like, during COVID I was writing like the whole time. So, but I'm really excited to share those ideas with people. It's more of a hybrid between like like the blues stuff I like, but also like my '90s influence
Oh,
in the
cool.
Nice.
alternative stuff. So
We look
trying to,
forward to it.
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
excited to go.
some of the
That's
stuff I'm
both my
very proud
alley.
of. Yeah,
Yes.
so
I love both
Very
of those.
cool. Very cool.
So, what is your scariest moment on stage? And I love to ask this question.
oh man, I like when your gear just turns off. That's not cool at all. And that's happened to me 2 times now. One of which the tube literally fell out of my amp, and so I just like
Oh,
turned around. Yeah, it like literally fell out of the back. So now, ever since that happened, I have a new like process where like I like just tuck the
Check
tubes in every time I plug it in, because I guess in the car they can rattle a little bit, and they're not seated in there perfectly all the time. So yeah, I like my philosophy is if I do enough preparation and studying and stuff, then I shouldn't be too scared. But man,
Yeah.
when your amp just turns off, it's like the
What
worst
happened?
feeling. That's happened to me at Falling Branch. It was awful. It just turned into like a bass solo real quick. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, you know. And when you're in a trio, if your guitar drops out, it's like you can really tell. There's not like a
Mhm.
keys player there keeping it going or something. It's like all the music's kind of gone. So yeah, those are. I'm always thinking of stuff like that. I always like if I have a really nerve-wracking gig, I'll bring a second amp, like a small amp, just in case.
Just
Like just a very
Brian
simple
always
like
does.
pedal. Yeah, it's
He
like so
always brings a
stressful.
spare, and because he's just that way. He always
Yeah,
does.
my main amp is from 1967, so it
yeah, nice.
doesn't owe me anything, you know. Like, but I'm always walking on eggshells. There's places that I play where I can just bring the amp and there'll be a spare there, which is good.
Mhm.
But if I have a big like show and I know that if this amp doesn't work tonight, then I'm gonna be like completely screwed. Like I'll bring another one just to alleviate that. And because I bring that other one, it never goes wrong. Only when I
Exactly.
It's the
don't
day
have
you
it.
forget it that it breaks. That's how it
Yeah,
works.
Yes.
exactly.
And there's no backup.
No.
So, now on the opposite end of that, what's the funniest moment on stage?
Oh, my I have so I play in this band, Ron Holloway band, and Ron Holloway is a saxophone player. He's like old school guy. Played with Dizzy Gillespie.
Oh, nice.
Played with Government Mule a bunch on like their Dark Side of the Mule. He's the sax player. Uh, he is such a character, and he's just from a different like. He's just from a different time, and his jokes that just like crack me up. They're just so funny, and some of my funniest experiences were just like him on stage, like pulling like random people up on the crowd from the crowd, and just like saying hilarious stuff and doing hilarious stuff, and like he's one of those wild card people. When you're playing with him, you're like kind of don't know what's gonna happen. Even with the music, it's like he liked it when the band was kind of like on their tippy toes, listening and like what's going on. So he sometimes would do these like he'd make a joke. He's like, I need a human sacrifice to like bring somebody up on stage as a joke, and but like I don't know, I love playing with him, and he's like he's always made me laugh with that type of stuff. And then my like just to piggyback off of that funniness, like I love so much when like you think you're playing something good or you did something well and like maybe your eyes were closed, you're like super focused on your guitar and you look up and everybody has like a look on their face like they're like smelling something awful or something. Like if you do well, musicians respond with this like stank face. It's like we're just like oh, like it's like one of my favorite things when you like meet eyes with a guy on stage and you guys are like just laughing, like or if a note that you play is like really funny, like some like little lines are just funny, like
Mhm.
you know. So yeah, I don't have two funny ones, but nobody's fallen off the stage. That probably would have been funny to watch. I haven't seen any of that,
I
luckily.
have
So.
done that. It's not fun.
Yeah, nobody's broken anything or
Oh, well,
yeah.
that's good. What advice do you have for new up and coming musicians?
Um, I I think that you should like people tell you like how to approach guitar in the beginning, or I guess you're saying musicians and not just guitarists, but even in any instrument, like people tell you how you're supposed to approach it. I like had people say that I couldn't wrap my thumb around the fretboard. There was like a lot of conversation about that, and then I'm watching my heroes pull off like these chords with their thumb on the E string, and it's like I don't know about all this. I would say do what feels comfortable to you until you have a reason not to. And because I think the early
Oh, that's
stages
good.
of guitar and instrument learning are really tough. Like so many kids quit, especially the guitar, because it's like a physical instrument, and to learn it in the beginning, you have to like kind of hurt your fingers. You like everything is like kind of
Mm,
unpleasant about it in the beginning.
yeah.
And I like to remind people that like if you like what I do now, when I started, I had no idea what I was doing. It sounded awful. But I was having fun, and that's why I kept going, and that's why I'm like at that point I'm at now, where I'm like now the stuff that I'm working on, it's like I'm almost like trying to remember how to have fun because I'm working on all this stuff so much. When I was a kid, it was like a distortion pedal into like a PV amp or something. It was just like the most fun I could have. It was
Mm-hmm.
the best. So. I'm trying to tell younger kids to like do what feels comfortable, learn stuff that gets you inspired, and go slow if you need to, and like but stay with it. Like if you start to feel overwhelmed, like put it down for a day if you need to, but don't just throw it away because it doesn't sound good. And like I would also say just to work on like use instruments that are not like the best instruments, It's like if you
Mm-hmm.
have a crummy car that you drive for a while, well, by the time you get that super nice car, you appreciate it so much. And
Yeah.
I think that with the guitar, it's like if you play a crummy guitar, not even crummy, but like if you pay, like say you paid like $300 for it or whatever, like an acoustic guitar, if you play that for a year, by the time you get the $1,000 guitar that you've been saving up for or whatever, you're gonna have so much to like enjoy on that guitar
Yeah.
if you've learned how to play. And I really feel like I accidentally did that really well. Like I accidentally played guitars that were like out of tune a lot and I just kept with it. And then like I think I got it was like a Taylor like 110 like for my first real acoustic guitar, and it actually played in tune and everything on it was really nice. And I just remember being like, I'm so much better now because I played on this crummy guitar, and I'm like thankful for every note that's not like a buzzy piece of garbage, like
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
some of the
So
best punk bands made their money on that. So.
oh, I know. Yeah, you try to learn a song and it's like half out of tune, and it's like,
Yep.
oh man,
Four
these guys
chords
are.
all out of tune.
There's something to that as well, Like the the sketchiness is like really cool too. But I worry about like young kids learning this stuff now too, because there's so many ways to make music with like very little effort now, and we're going that direction a lot, and this takes a lot of effort. So I'm like, I wonder if I had like a robot hand that could play Eruption or something, I just slapped that on when I was a kid. And, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's the amount of hours you put in. It's like vigorous hours too. Like sometimes it's tough, and I just would try to like tell young kids to not give up, because it's like this free therapy thing that you have for the rest of your life. It's not like you're an athlete. You can play this into your old age. Like you can do
Yeah.
music doesn't work the same as everything else. Like I can do this till I'm an old man. Like something has to go really wrong for me to stop playing. So
Yeah.
I just think that there's no rush. Is the thing I'm trying to get at. Like take your time and get inspired, but there's no rush. Don't have any expectation to be good tomorrow, because you are going to be better, but you're never going to be like what you want to be. And even like when you get over the hill that you think you want to get over, you're going to hit another plateau, and it's going to be hard again, and you just go up and down and up and down. But like
Mm-hmm.
if it was a line graph and you could see it, you'd be very hopeful because you would see it was going up and up and up. You just got to keep putting the time in.
Mm-hmm.
Something I think about a lot, because like it's just tough. It's a really tough thing. Like I see players doing open mics, and even if they're not like totally polished, I have so much respect for them, because that's exactly what they're supposed to be doing. Because the next time you hear them, they're going to be better, and
Yeah.
that's what it's all about. Like so that's what I'd say for the young players. Yeah, like just
Cool.
work on a crummy instrument, and like kind of earn it, and get into it for the right
Yeah.
reasons. And then by the time you start to enjoy it, you'll be really happy you did it, especially if you're a younger kid. But I also
Yeah.
say that to like a lot of people come up to me at the group and are like, "Oh, I wanted to start playing. I bought a guitar a year ago. I don't know if I can do it." It's like, do it. Just do it. Go learn like Sweet Home Alabama or something. It just for fun.
that's
Like,
that's
Yeah.
me.
yeah. Hey man,
Like
like
I have them, they're hanging on the wall. I
yeah.
sing. I still haven't learned to play guitar.
But you probably got so much happiness from it, dude. Like that's like to me, that's the whole point. It's like, you know, it's really like the older I get, I'm starting to realize like it's been very therapeutic for me. Like I think I've used it for more things than I even realized to like get through things.
Mm-hmm.
Just like leaned on it without even like being like thinking about it. It's such a
Yeah.
good thing for your like heart, your mind, and your soul. Like music's so powerful. I know you know because you're always dancing around having a blast. So
I know. That's when I saw. I was thinking about when I first saw you in Second Wind at Mountain Branch. My pink jacket. That's one. And
yeah,
the
on our
reason we
website.
went is because I knew you. I didn't know the other two.
Well,
I
thank you
didn't
so
know
much.
David.
Yeah, no, you made us feel good that day. That like again, that was the intro. That was like the introduction of us putting the band together. So I was just totally like, I hope people understand what we're trying to do, because in my heart it's good, but you never know
Yeah.
how it's going to be received. So
Well, and it's also it. You played songs a lot of bands don't. Like you guys
yeah,
are different. Like I have been wanting Eric Clapton and Cream and the Police and Sting, and you guys do all and more, but you do that, and I was like, oh, that's awesome because it's
that's
different.
great. Yeah, I'm proud of our song list. Like
Mhm.
I think that we have a lot of range for just a few dudes. Um,
Yeah.
like the to like we were talking about like picking vocals for songs that work and stuff. It's like I can do the songs I want to do for the most part, like with the range that I have. But there's so many more songs I hear other bands doing because they have a singer that can shoot up in the stratosphere, and I'm like, oh my
Hmm.
god, I wish I could just do like one Led
Yep.
Zeppelin song or something, like we have to play like No Quarter or something where it's not too intense. But
Yeah.
we're probably gonna add something. I've been that's been a request a lot,
Hmm.
but for every song that we play that people might not know, we have those conversations, and a lot of times it's like, yeah, it's just a dice roll. Like, do they know this Tom Petty song? And it's like, well, it's Tom Petty, and it's like, well, yeah, but do they know this? This is kind of like a B-side song or whatever. We're always having a conversation of like whether people know it, and I think we've come to terms with like if we like it, then they're probably going to like it, and if we perform it well, then they're definitely going to like it.
Hmm.
So that's kind of where we're at with that band in particular, and we have a lot of different influences. All three of us.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Buzzy will bring up stuff sometimes, like that Gary Moore tune he brought that up, and I'm like, oh my god, I love this song. Like, why aren't we playing this already? So
Yeah.
it's we're proud of our song selection for sure. We
Good.
really are.
Good.
I
Yeah.
think we have the hardest thing we have to do now is like make set lists because we have like so many songs. We want to play them all. We don't really know which
Hmm.
ones will fit. And half the time we're
Yeah.
locking off like the last half of the set list anyways,
Hmm.
So,
Yeah. Uh, musician problems, right? Band
yeah,
problems.
yeah,
Oh,
pretty
you
much.
too many songs, not enough time. You got to
I,
extend your playing time.
I know, right? No, it's awesome. I'm
Yep.
very grateful. I feel like I'm really grateful to have those dudes and just be able to play all this music now. It's going to be
Yeah.
like a time in my life I remember forever. So, really
Yeah.
enjoying it.
Nice.
It is. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Should we speed round it, Rob?
Do you have a speed round?
I
Are you a
do.
speed round? All right.
I do. I
All right. Well,
can.
she's got a speed
I
round,
can't
so
do the time though,
let
because
me
you know
get the
me.
timer going.
Yes.
All right.
And you just answer as
What
fast as
did
you
we
can.
say?
2 minutes?
2 minutes? All right, 2 minutes.
Or should we do
Ready?
less?
We'll do 2 minutes.
Okay, two
Ready?
minutes. Because last time I was scrambling for questions because I think Cooper answered them pretty fast.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he did answer him pretty fast.
Yeah. So
All right, 2 minutes on the clock. You
okay.
ready?
Yep.
Go.
Okay. How old were you? Oh wait, shit. Hold on. Stop. 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 Gotta. I was on the wrong one. All right. All right. I was on the wrong paper. I got it now. So
Go.
tell me when
All
to
right.
start. Go.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you sing in the shower or car?
The car definitely, not so much the shower.
Okay. What is your go-to karaoke open mic song?
Ring of Fire.
Oh,
Nice.
nice. Who's your favorite singer?
Paul Rogers.
And who's your favorite guitarist?
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
And what song do you like to play most?
Um, What did I say? Waiting for the bus.
Okay. And what song do you least like to play?
Tennessee Whiskey. It's a great tune, though.
Oh. What was the hardest song for you to learn?
Had to Cry Today.
Who
Blind
does
Faith.
that?
I think it's Blind Faith.
Ah, okay.
Wait.
If you, go ahead.
I think that's one. Yeah, I think it's Blind Faith. Sorry, yeah, that one. My
Okay.
bad.
No, that's okay. If you could put together a 4 or 5 piece band, who would be in it and what would they do?
Ooh. Am I in the band too?
If you want to be.
I might just put.
It's all you.
Bobby
It's your band.
Put it together, you can do
It's
it.
your dream band. You put it together. So if you want to play with them, have at it.
Oh man, I'm putting Isaiah Sharkey on guitar, Dennis Chambers on drums, Jimmy Haslip on bass. Who's a good keys player? Reese Winans on keys, and then who's singing? Probably Paul Rogers.
Okay, I thought you were going to say you.
I think I'm just going to show
I'm
on the
singing.
stage and watch.
All right, and I'm going to ask you because we got, what's your favorite food?
There you
Mexican food for sure.
Yeah, I like Mexican.
I
Yep,
should
that's
say-
right
I
up
should say
Rob's
that
alley.
Cubano. The Cubano off of the Vagabond truck is it's like my
Oh,
favorite thing in the world.
go.
Too.
They make a great coup.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's anytime that's like a joke between my wife where it's like anytime that food truck is anywhere I'm playing, it's like I give her money. I'm like, please get this so I can enjoy this when I'm like totally exhausted on my way home. This is my favorite.
Yeah, very good.
You bet.
Well, that's about what we have for you, Justin.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you guys so much for having me. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us.
secondwindtriomusic.com. That's for the trio. Secondwindtriomusic.com. And then my name is Justin Gillen, and I have my own website, justingillen.com. There's nothing like more than just my name, justingillen.com. My stepdad bought me that domain when I was a young kid, and I have it now, so I'm really
Nice.
happy about that. But
We'll put those links down in the description.
no, I appreciate it. Yeah, there's a bunch of dates coming up. Yeah, bunch of dates coming up in November, December, and
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Oh, thanks, Justin. You're awesome.
thank you. Thanks for all the support over the years. It really means a
Of
lot.
course,
Seriously.
of course.
HUMA!